Coach T from Tackle Trading here for our daily market recap. It is March 9th, 2016. Let's take a look at the marketplace. Start with the Trade Center at Tackle Trading. And always like just look at the overall global map here, looking from Asian markets over. Couple things. Number one, Shanghai was down, the Nikkei was down, the Asian markets were generally down last night. Those markets will open up here in a few hours. European markets were fairly mixed but slightly up, and then the S&P 500 today closed up about a half of a percent. If we look at the heat maps, we've got the Trade Center tool here all built in to just kind of keep your life real simple. Just go through it one step at a time. Here's a heat map on the market for today. This is a one-day performance chart for the S&P 500. Technology rebounded. Google, Facebook, Microsoft back up off the lows that they put in yesterday. Basic materials was generally green. Biotech was the one industry, group that was down here today, pretty much by and large. Gilead, Celgene, Biogen, Amgen, all down there. Healthcare in general, though, was bouncing. You had a little bit of a bounce into consumer goods. Mostly, market had a decent day. I'd say save biotech, the market was fairly up across the board. Let's take a look at the futures charts. Couple of products that I look at every single day, very important. The S&P 500. Start with a weekly chart. Long-term trend is neutral. We are stuck at 1989, right in the middle of a long-term range. Key support on the S&P 500 is at 1800, resistance up at 2135 or so. Let's take a look at the volatility index. Options have become cheaper. If you're trading portfolio insurance, you might be looking to add some options down here in the teens. We hadn't seen this price in a couple of months. Options were up in the 25-30 range. Volatility measures the cost of options. If you get down to 15 or lower, that usually means that market's at resistance, and adding insurance is not a bad plan there. Something I look at every single day. Let's take a look at energy itself. Crude oil bounced back. In fact, let's go down to a daily chart on this one. Big red candle yesterday trying to find some resistance, then a big rally back up today after the EIA came out with their inventories number. In fact, if we look at the intraday 5-minute chart, right at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, when those inventory numbers came out, oil just spiked. Okay, it took off and ran. The metals market with gold. Gold is in an uptrend. Gold had a down day today, but gold is in a very strong push to start the year. Maybe one of the strongest areas of the market in 2016 has been gold, and we're seeing that trend develop. Now, red candle up at the high, kind of a little bit of a cautionary candlestick there, but nothing to get worked up about until you see a deeper retracement. Let's look at the currency market. Currency talk was huge today. In fact, ECB President Draghi came out and talked about their interest rate potential tomorrow, that he's willing to continue the easing programs that they have over there in Europe called the Asset Purchasing Program. There's going to be a lot of central bank chatter. There always is. Anytime you're a trader, you're constantly hearing about interest rates and rate cuts and these programs out of the Bank of Japan and all that kind of stuff. Well, continued monetary policy easing. We're seeing it around the globe. We're seeing a continued push there, even in the face of a global economic kind of calamity with the banking system. And the ECB has come out and said they're willing to go negative interest rates if they have to. They're willing to continue to buy assets. They're willing to do whatever they need to do. And with that in mind, you're going to expect volatility in the currency markets. The U.S. dollar, flat, stuck in a range, $97 here. You've got support and resistance above and below us, about equal distance. Until we get some clarity out of the ECB and then the Fed next week, I think you're going to continue to see range-bound activity. Okay, now, as always, tackletrading.com. We've got, go check the recent post out there every time you come into Tackle Trading. That would be something I would start with. A couple of articles here recently of dividends and free lunches. That's from a mentor named Tyler Craig. Portfolio insurance from the Trading Justice podcast, Coach's Show replays, We do a lot of content over here. We have an active community. We have one of the best trading communities that you're going to find. And if you're not a part of it, go over there and register. Get in the game. Become a member. If you are a part of it, great. Go and communicate. Be a part of the clubhouse and the community and ask a lot of questions. This has been Coach T from TackleTrading.com. Get in the game.
Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.